I do get a couple of Smarties after the cooking class.
Yeah. Hang on. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. Hello. Now, if this is your, oh, hi, Mon, how are you? Evie girl. If this is your first class, what happens is you're all muted, okay? So I can't hear anybody at the moment, but can I see thumbs up? Can everybody hear me okay?
Stop video.
Excellent, good job. So, but if you would like to talk to me, that's absolutely fine. You just need to press your microphone button, okay? But then when you're not talking to me, just make sure that you mute yourself again, just so that it's not too noisy for everybody else who's in the class. Okay, there's so many sweet little chefs in my screen at the moment. It's so nice to see. I can see some of you with your fancy aprons on like me, and you all look very ready.
Mummy's
so exciting.
Apron.
Yeah, absolutely. And today we are cooking a very extra yum and special thing.
Cooking Smartie Cookies.
Yeah, and it's going to be so delicious. Alrighty, so hopefully you've still got a few Smarties left.
Katie.
Yeah.
We couldn't find any Smarties at the shop, so we bought M&Ms.
That's absolutely fine, and that will still be delicious. I think we must have sold all of Shepparton out of Smartie Cookies because everyone needed them for the class today. So that is absolutely fine. So if you're not using Smarties, no worries. You can use something else.
M&Ms.
M&Ms, exactly. Okay, so let's get cooking, hey? So the very first job that we need to do, as always, is we need to put our oven on, okay? So the temperature that we're setting our oven on today is 160 degrees, okay? So either get your carer, your mum or your dad to do that, or if you're old enough, you can do it, okay? Okay.
The oven's not working.
Okay, so we've all done that job. So we've all, yeah.
Which temperature do we have to put it at?
106 degrees, okay?
160.
On bake.
On bake.
Yep, on bake is fine. Yep, absolutely fine, okay? Alrighty, so the next job we're going to do is we're going to put 125 grams of butter into a bowl, and then we're going to melt it. If you sneak down, you can do it, yep. Okay, so we're going to put ours into the microwave and we're going to melt our butter, okay? So 125 grams of butter, okay? I don't want to hear about this at the moment.
Mom, which one is that? This yellow button. There's your ice sitting there.
Okay, so hang on, just let me let these people in. Okay, so has everyone got their...
I'm still melting my butter.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Mine's still ticking away in the microwave as well, okay? But while we're waiting for our butter to melt, we can now get our mixing bowl ready, okay? So everyone have a mixing bowl.
Daddy, wasn't that our oven on 120?
160 degrees. Okay, so the oven is 160 degrees, but our amount of butter is 125 grams of butter, okay? So there's a couple of measurements in there. So oven, 160 degrees, butter is 125 grams, okay? So once your butter is melted, so mine's all nice and melted, I'm going to very carefully tip my butter into the mixing bowl, okay? Now remember the butter will be hot, so just be really careful you don't splash it, okay? I'm going to put some in yours too. Hang on, just let that person in. Okay, so now into that same bowl where the butter is, we are going to put 1 cup of brown sugar. Okay, so 1 cup of brown sugar. So Lucy? Can you tip that in there, please?
Katie,
Yeah.
how many cups, how much flour do we put in?
Hang on, we're just starting with our sugar, okay? So we haven't put in flour yet. So we've got melted butter in our bowl, and now we're just adding 1 cup of brown sugar, okay? Okay, so we've added 1 cup of brown sugar. And then we can start to give it a gentle mix, okay? Looks good. Okay, so once you've done that, we're then going to add 1/4 cup of caster sugar. So that's your white sugar, okay? So then we're going to add 1/4 cup of caster sugar to that same bowl. Now remember that your 1/4 cup is the 1/4. Okay, so now into our bowl, we've got 125 grams of butter. We've got 1 cup of brown sugar, and then we're now adding 1/4 cup of caster sugar. Okay, so
Mum, this looks like chocolate.
Lucy, 1/4 cup. Lucy, I'm melting the butter.
Katie,
Okay, so how we're going, and then we're going to mix all that together. So our butter and our 2 sugars, we're going to mix it all together so it all melts and combines together, okay? Looks good. Well done.
Looks like salt.
Yep, put that in. Okay, keep mixing.
Katie.
Yes.
I make caramel sometimes, and this looks how caramel looks with brown sugar.
Yeah, yum. It will look a little bit like caramel. That's right.
I've actually made it with brown sugar.
Oh, good on you. Yeah.
Butter, brown sugar, a pot, and heat.
We're
But
having
you don't want to burn it.
trouble mixing it.
A double mixing hands. Amazing. Good job.
It actually looks like, we're having, excuse me, Katie,
Yeah.
we're having a bit of trouble mixing.
You're having some trouble.
Yeah.
What's the trouble?
We can't, it's a bit hard to mix, but we've got it now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. It might be a little bit stiff, but that's okay, all right? It will sort of look, I'll show you what ours is sort of looking like. It's looking a bit sticky. Okay, so it's, yep, that's perfect. If yours is looking a bit sticky, that's perfect. All right, here you go, Luce, that's yours. You've got the butter and the 2 sugars in there. Where you go? Mix, mix, mix. Make sure. Okay, excellent. Wonderful. Looks great, McClarty girls. Yep. That's great. All right. So if it's all, yeah, Archie, have you got a question? Go for it.
We don't have caster sugar, so we just use another bit of sugar.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
Any sugar will be absolutely fine. Any other white sugar. Yeah, beautiful, Tess. That looks great. Yep, excellent, Tully. Good job. All looks good. So if all your sugar, oh, yes. Verity, excellent. That looks great. Now, sorry, I can only read the names that are on the screen. So if that's not your actual name, sorry, everybody. Luke S., that looks great. Is that Luke Simpson? Oh, yeah, I realise that's not Luke Simpson. Okay, excellent. Alrighty, well done, everybody. Yes, excellent. They look perfect. So we've got our 3 ingredients in the bowl, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to get another little bowl and we're going to crack 1 egg into that bowl, okay?
Can I do the cracking? Because I like to crack eggs. Crack 1 egg.
Right, so crack your egg in the bowl. Lucky, good. Right, Lucy, step back. Step back.
Good crack. Got a bit of
Right, Lucy.
egg.
Crack
Where
it
did I
in
put
there,
that to
please.
shell? Yeah, I've got a bit of shell.
Now, if you've got a bit of shell in there, that's fine. Just pick it out. Yep.
Mom, can we talk?
Do we pour it in the cup? Do we pour it in the bowl?
Not yet. Just wait 1 second. So once you've got your egg put into your bowl, then we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in on top of that egg, okay? So you can get your vanilla out.
Have you got any? Please.
So just measure 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Whoop, tip him in, yep. And then very gently, then we're just going to use a fork and give that a bit of a whisk, okay? What's that? Ready? You hold the spoon. Okay, so once you've got your 1 egg and then your teaspoon of vanilla, and then you've given it a bit of a whisk, then you tip that into the sugar and butter bowl, okay? Yep, so tip that in. And you might want to use your spatula to then wipe all of the egg out of there.
Katie, do we start mixing?
Yes, and then once you've got all of your egg and vanilla into that bowl with the butter and sugar, then you can start to whisk, okay? Start to combine it all together. Yeah, and then tip him in there for me, please. Yeah, good job, and then start to mix. Now, it'll look really sloppy at the start, but you want to keep mixing until it's all combined, okay? So until your mixture is really smooth again. Gee, there's so many busy kids here whisking up a storm. Wonderful job, everybody. And I really like how I can see lots of little kids waiting and sharing and taking their turn. That's excellent.
Can you please just confirm what ingredients you've got in there at this stage?
Yeah, so I've got, in total, I've got 125 grams of melted butter, and then I've got a cup of brown sugar, and then I've got 1/4 cup of caster sugar, and we've just added 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Perfect, thanks. Just wanted to make sure we hadn't missed anything amongst our chatter.
No, you're perfectly fine.
Hey,
Perfect.
is this good?
Yes, that looks excellent. Great job. Yeah, that looks great. That's fine. And just making sure that you're getting all of the mixture off the side of the bowl too, okay?
Katie, mine's got a little stiffer since I first poured it in.
Ah, yeah, that's fine.
It's got a bit stiffer.
Just make sure you keep mixing this one. So make sure you get it all off the edge.
Yeah.
So how are we looking? Yep, excellent. That looks nice and smooth. Well done. Yep, good job, McClarty girls. Yep, excellent, Marnie and Blaze. Looks great. Yes, looks great. Tanya, well done. Well done, Tess. Excellent. Yes, Luke, but not Luke. Yes. Max, perfect page. Excellent. Trying to get around to all these little faces. Yes, Matilda. Verity, yes. Fletcher and Elise, Sammy, Millers, yes, so good. Everybody, it looks amazing. Honestly, you've all done such a wonderful job. So once your egg and vanilla is all combined, okay, then you can get your sifter out, all right? Because then we're going to start sifting our flours into that bowl, okay? So find a sifter. Yep. I'm going to go first, Luke.
Heidi,
Yeah.
we don't have a sifter.
That's okay. Look, it won't affect the biscuits too much, so don't worry at all. Sometimes sifting just makes the flour a bit more aerated and then they can sort of fluff up a little bit, but I promise you that even if you don't get to aerate the flour, it will still be delicious. The cookies will be super yum, okay? So don't worry if you don't have a sifter. Okay, so if you are using a sifter, now we are going to add our flours. And first off, we're going to add 1 cup of self-raising flour, okay? So 1 cup of self-raising flour.
I was just doing that. I was just looking
Bang that in. And you're sifting it all in. Yep, excellent. I can see lots of little sifters. That's great.
What is this to? Smartie Cookies.
And then if you're ready, you can also add to the sifter 3/4 of a cup of plain flour, okay? But don't worry if you're not ready just yet.
How much flour are you putting in?
9.
How much flour are you putting in again?
Hang on, Tal, sorry. Okay, so you're adding 2 different types of flours. So you're going to add 1 cup of self-raising flour. So 1 cup of self-raising flour. And then you are also going to add 3/4 of a cup of plain flour. Okay, so we've got
What's the symbol for that, Katie?
the 3/4, okay? So the 1 cup is just got 1 on it, and then the 3/4 cup has got 3/4.
Should we do it fast or slow?
Well, you can do it whatever pace you like. If you want to go really fast, you can, but you can also go nice and slow. It doesn't matter. It'll still get all the flour in the bowl. That's the most important thing. Good question. Okay, so let me do now, Stella. Stop. And then we also need to add, so sorry, there's a few ingredients at this point. We also need to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder too, okay? So we've now got 3 different ingredients going in. Yep, that's right, Luke. A bit. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of that for me, please.
Excuse me.
Wait, what was the next ingredients, Katie?
Okay, hang on. Just let me ask this first question. Hang on, Moody's. What did you say?
What did you say? She's gone shy.
That's okay, Posy girl.
She was going to say, where do you put the Smarties in?
Oh, I know. We're all dying for the bit where we add the Smarties. I know. And that is coming up.
What was the next ingredients, Katie?
Mixing?
Yes. So once your flours and your baking powder are in, you can start to gently mix, okay? So,
Baking powder.
Yep. So the baking powder. That's right. So
How much?
1 teaspoon. Okay. So now we've added all our dry ingredients, and they were 1 cup of self-raising flour, 3/4 of a cup of plain flour, and then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and then we're going to slowly mix it together until it becomes a nice thick mixture. Okay, so now it's going to start getting dry. Right, where's the...
Katie,
Yes.
what's after the plain flour?
How much plain flour?
No, after it.
We put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Is that the last one? 2, 3, 4, and then...
Excuse me, Katie.
Yes, lovely
It's
manners.
a bit crumbly.
Yeah, so you just keep mixing it, okay? Because it will all come together. So we need to get our big,
It
huge...
looks really crumbly, kind of.
Yeah, it will look a bit crumbly, but that's okay. You just need to keep mixing it, okay? Keep blending it all together. Start shifting.
When we will whip.
Not for ages. You've still got to mix all that together. Keep mixing. Do you want me to mix? Into the bowl. Do you want me to do some mixing? Keep mixing then.
Just flour around it.
So it will look like it's really crumbly, but we need it to all come together, okay? So keep mixing. Keep getting those big muscles
Is it
out.
the flour that makes it crumbly?
Yeah, it's the combination of adding the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. That's right. So it goes
Yes.
from really runny to then being a bit thicker and a bit drier. Yes, who's just asking me a question?
Not a question, but the perfect cookie dough is about a bit softer and a bit crumbly, but it's also very sticky. Well, not very sticky.
Great description. Yep. Hey, Tanya, that looks good, but I want you to keep bringing it together, okay? So keep getting those muscles out and keep mixing. It will come together, I promise.
It's like when you're making Play-Doh. It all comes together in the pot.
Yeah, that's right.
Katie,
Yeah.
does this look good?
Yes, that looks excellent. That looks really great. Yep, perfect. Sorry, McClarty girls. Yeah.
Do we add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients?
Yes, please. Yep. That's right. So we should all now have all of our, Sammy, that looks great. We should have all of our ingredients now into the one bowl, okay? Yes, Burbage girls, that looks great. Yes, Tess, excellent. So we want to keep mixing.
Katie.
Violet, perfect, well done. So who else is saying Katie? Oh, was that right? Yep, nice hand, that looks good. So you've got to keep mixing it, that's right. You'll see Fletcher and Elsie, that looks great, good job. So you've just got to you've got to push through, yep. Oh, Sebastian, that's you, excellent, well done. So keep mixing.
It's so like dough.
Yep, but you got to keep mixing. If you've brought your mixture together and you're happy with the way it looks and it's looking all sort of combined, ours is still looking very dry here, so I can't show you mine yet. Yeah, that looks better, Tanya, good job. Well done, yeah, that looks great, Millers. Excellent.
Look at mine.
Oh,
Does it good? Excuse me, Katie.
that looks great. That looks perfect.
Excuse me, Katie.
Yes, go for it.
Well, ours looks really silvery.
Does it look
That
like
looks
it's all
really
matched? That looks
golden.
great. Does it?
It's really golden. Katie,
Good.
is this good?
Who is talking? Yes, excellent. That looks great, Evie. Good going. Yes, well done, Val. That looks excellent too. Okay, if you've mixed all yours together, what you can do is put some baking paper on your trays, or if you're just we just need to grease our trays, okay? Because now we're going to start making the cookies and putting them onto the tray, okay? So
Do you want to see my dough?
I would love to see your dough. Oh my goodness, look how smooth it is. Beautiful. You've been working hard, team. Well done. Excellent. Okay, so how are we going? Yeah. It's looking good. You're getting there.
Mine is still really goopy.
Yeah, you're going to get to the clean one. Now, if you need to clean up a little bit of your space just to sort of make some room, that would be a good idea. because the next stage is going to be making our cookies, putting them onto the tray, and then dotting Smarties on top, okay?
I'm just trying to put my cookies, flattening them and putting them onto the tray.
Yep. Oops, I'm flicking.
Little balls. Just little ones, because they're spread out.
So eventually it all just sort of comes together, okay?
Let's look, might be too big. Just spread them apart a bit because they're pretty big. I think you have to. Do you have to squash them a bit?
Okay, so when we're making our cookies,
Heidi,
yeah,
do you need it when you put them on the tray? Do you need to squash them down a bit?
yes. So let's talk about how to make cookies. Great question. So I give mine a bit of a roll in my hand, okay? So see, it looks all nice and smooth. And then we want to flatten them down. Now these cookies will puff up a little bit, okay? So mine is probably that sort of size. That helps. And then I'm going to put them on the tray, okay? And then we'll be able to dot Smarties on the top, and you can put as many or as little Smarties as you like, okay?
Oh, squash it when you get it on there. It's probably easy. Leave them apart a bit. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Don't squash them. Oh, a bit closer. We won't do nothing around this. Bring it over a bit.
But we just don't want to squash them down too much.
Oh, too much. Don't squash them too much.
You're the one who's bossing me around and telling me to do everything.
Okay, so we just don't want to squash too much, because if we make them really, really flat, they'll just cook really, really quickly, and then they'll sort of be crunchy. We want them to have a little bit of height to them, okay? Just so then they're a little bit chewy on the inside. That's the best kind of cookie, okay? How you going, Stubber? Good, Luce. Yeah, that looks much better. And then give them a little bit of a gentle push. Yep.
My hands are really floury.
Good girl. That looks great, Luce. Just like that. That's
That's a
perfect.
really big one.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
Cool.
Whoops. Okay.
Wait, could I have a big one?
You can make it that big if you like. And when you're dotting your Smarties on top, you might like to make a face, or you might like to do the initial of your name. You might like to do a cookie for each person in your family. Do an M for mum, a D for dad.
And maybe E.
An E for Estelle, yeah.
Or
Okay.
Or for E.
Katie,
Yes.
Levi was the host for the December, so he's going to.
Excellent. Gee, I'm liking all the motion I can see. I can see everyone rolling and rolling and gently patting and patting. That's excellent. And I'm so impressed. I don't even think I've seen anyone eat one Smartie yet. My goodness. Or maybe I'm not seeing, I'm seeing a few people raising their eyebrows as if to say, I've eaten heaps of Smarties already, which would be me. I've eaten heaps of Smarties already, don't worry. I think this is my favourite kids cooking class so far.
Katie,
Yes.
Not now.
his cookie's gonna say go D's because he wants the D's to win the grand final.
I understand. So if you'd like to make a demons themed cookie, by all means, if you just want to use particular colours, you can do that. Okay, how are we going?
You killed that fine one.
Okay, come and just eat. What have you been doing in it? We just playing with that. Go and do your work, please. Hang on. Now, when you are putting them on the tray, you just want to make sure that you've got a little bit of space between them as well, okay? Because otherwise, because they will sort of spread a little bit. So just make sure you've got some space around your cookies just so they can grow a little bit in the oven, okay?
Not like those.
Yeah, that looks great, Matilda. Yep.
Mum.
Well, you girls not wanting me to see that. You got sprung. All righty.
Mum, look at those.
Yeah, see, that looks great, Luce. Hang on, let me just show you.
Hey, you should put a little less.
See what Lucy's done here? I don't advise doing that, okay? Because she's just going to have like one big cookie log. So we want them to be a little bit spread out, alrighty? So don't do as Lucy did. Good job, Lucy. Keep going.
That's enough mixing.
Okay, so now you need to combine them then. Now you need to start rolling them together. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Okay.
Squishy. It feels like Play-Doh or something.
Yep, that's right. So rolling together. Rolling
Roll
together.
it and then flat.
And then flatten a little bit. Yep. No, I can see a few getting to the licking stage. That's excellent. Doing very well. I'm so impressed with all the teamwork. You're all working so nicely together. I'm so proud of all my little chefs. You're all doing such a great job.
Is that big enough?
That's huge. Definitely no bigger.
Okay.
Here, Stell.
Okay. I use this tray. You can use that tray.
Yeah, but we're going to need them smaller than that. That's going to be way too big.
Okay, I'll do a bit less.
So you need to do it a bit less and you need to make them smaller.
That's all right. Don't throw.
Right, Lucas, they look so good.
Like that, Mum? Like a bit smaller. Like that?
That's a bit better. Yep. And then give them some
Excuse
space.
me.
Okay.
How long do you put them in the oven for?
Yeah, great question. So it's going to depend on your oven, but we will say around about 10 or 12 minutes, okay? So just wait until you can smell them. Oh, wonderful. Sammy, they look great. How beautiful do they look? Well done, girls. They look so yum.
You can take all the rest one.
No, you're not licking that. You have to keep making bickies out of that. No, because that's
You
like a
can
whole...
do the rest.
No,
Mum,
no.
look. This is better.
That's much better. Yep.
It feels like a sticky mixture.
So how are we going? Are we putting our Smarties on now?
Mom, I just want to win. No.
All right, pop down. No, Stell, bigger than that, bud.
Really?
Bigger than that.
Okay, like that big.
Now, if you are done, gee, there's some beautiful looking cookies in there. Wonderful, Grace. Goodness me. Ours look like a real mess, to be honest. Oh, Burbage girls, how beautiful.
They're so pretty.
They look beautiful. You're going to enjoy eating those later. If you are finished and they're about to go into the oven, you can go. You don't have to stay. You can go and put them in the oven and help mum or dad or your carer pack up the bench and the mess and put them in the oven. And then hopefully really soon they'll be ready and then you'll be able to eat them and enjoy them for your morning tea. But like as all you little chefs know, every oven will be a little bit different. So generally mine take about 10 or 12 minutes in the oven. But you just want to cook them until they're a little bit sort of golden brown and when you can smell them and they look cooked, okay? But they will be a little bit soft in the middle. They're not crunchy biscuits, okay? They will be a little bit soft.
Katie,
Mm.
I made a flower-shaped one.
Oh, beautiful. That will be a beautiful one. A little flower with some Smarties on it.
Thanks, Katie.
Beautiful. Well done. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Katie. Katie.
See you, Grace.
Katie.
Verity, that looks so nice. Thank you, Katie. Katie, guys. Enjoy eating.
Thank you, Katie.
You're so welcome. Thanks for your lovely manners.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Katie.
Bye. See you.
Bye, Katie.
Bye. You did so well. Well done, everybody.
Bye, Katie.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you, Katie.
You're so welcome. Thanks so much for coming. So welcome. Loved having you all.
Thank you for your cooking class.
You're so welcome, Tanya. Thank you so much for coming. That was wonderful. You did a great job. See See you, kids.
Mum, I've done all my cookies. I think that could be right.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie.
Welcome. Thank you, kids. See you later. Thanks so much for coming. I hope they're delicious.
Cookie, where do you sit?
Thank you.
We need some Smarties, Mummy.
See you, kids.
Mum, they're not just plain cookies.
Yeah, I know, but we haven't actually made our biscuits bit yet, though.
Really well everywhere.
Mm.
Maybe this one's
Hang on.
perfect.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what we sort of need to go for.
Okay, make a bit like this. This mixture is really crumbly.
It is a bit crumbly at times. And Lucy, you've just eaten too much mixture, have you?
Lucy, that's my drink bottle. Ding. Oh, there's only one more person with us. Who's that?
Tully's still there. She's doing a good job.
Oh yeah, that's Tally. She's got a round tray. Mum, is that good? Mum, is that good?
Yeah, maybe just a bit thicker though. How you going, Tal?
Thank you, Katie. I just made Nash's one with ODs.
Oh, nice one. That's a good idea.
Thank you, Katie.
You're so welcome. Thanks so much for coming.
You're welcome.
I hope they're delicious.
Yeah. Oh, Mum, shall we cook these?
Yeah, we'll put those ones in after. We can't put them all in at the same time. Oops, hang on.
Mum, is it time for Smarties to put on top?
Now, Lucy, just wait with yours because we've got to
I'm going to put time for my cookies.
just do one at a time though. Don't do How many cookies is yours made, Tal?
It's actually
A big one.
okay, wait. And all the dirt's coming out.
19.
Oh, that's good.
2 cookies.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm doing to my room?
What are you doing?
I'm making it like a themed beach. So I'm gonna take everything out, then have like a wallpaper beach, and then do lots of little things with my room to make it beach.
Oh, that would be beautiful. I love that. And that's perfect coming into summer.
Yeah.
So,
Because I've been watching this show called Ace My Space,
yeah.
where they go into bedroom and then design. They have the theme and then they design it.
Can we chase my space?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Tully, is everyone sitting with it? Or is it just you and Katie? Right, good.
Yeah, that sounds so good.
Then fruit, and then you can have one of these pickies when Tully's finished.
So, Tully, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Oh, I have enough Smarties for all my cookies.
Maybe you could- Yeah, nice.
Get the top chicks out if I need.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No.
No, you can't talk here now. Just get fruit. If you want something, it has to be fruit.
Watermelon? I'm gonna do watermelon.
No, pay for you.
But there's not much.
Yeah, ask Tully to get your pick.
Smartie cookies. I wish I could eat them now.